All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wednesday night. It's race night. It's Division B, Division 2 and 3, and it's me, Alan Patterson, in the booth tonight, bringing you coverage from Snetterton. It's expected to be a pretty full house this evening, somewhere in the region of 26 or 27 cars, but I will see. Just coming to the end of free practice before they kick over into official qualifying, so I'm going to get a couple of the usual bits and pieces out of the way as soon as possible. Then we can watch the lap times and the quali times. So we are at Snetterton 300. It's the full track version. As you can see on the screen, includes the whole inner section. Couple of very famous names here, corner names, long lap, lap times, the 154s, 153s, etc. So drivers are going to be very busy tonight. This track has been commented on various other Discord channels and servers, saying it's one of the more difficult tracks due to the variety of corners it has: sharp, hairpins, sweeps, kinks, etc, etc. Nelson after the back straight, the Bentley straight, the braking point into Nelson and through the bomb hole, Coram, and then down onto the main straight through Murray's. Very, very tricky, very technical. So we'll see who handles this the best tonight. Track weather. We are cool, clear. It's 15 degrees Celsius, ambient average temperature. Track temperatures between 17 and 19 degrees, as you can see, with a little wind. So nothing major to disturb us with as far as that goes. As we just wait for the clock to tick over. One or two drivers still out on the track. Henrik Hansen, he's pulled over on the side. We've got Sabran and Joni Lee Marcham. She, yes, I said that. She, being our only lady driver, she's back with us tonight from SRA, and we'll see how she performs in the touring cars. Right, that should be it for now. We're going to kick over into official quali. Sabran just finishing his lap. There we go. Right, quali starts and out they come. So, you can see it's a little bit lighter. We'll let them get on with their lap quickly. I'm going to take us to the video I couldn't play on Monday, kindly provided by Nick Hodgson. It's a fast lap around Snetterton. I've got that sorted out now, and we should be able to watch that roll. So I'm going to get that on the screen for us right now.
Everybody, and welcome to Snetterton and the fourth round of the BTCC Championship here at SimRace SA. This, of course, in the BMW M125i. Got to make sure as you come through Murray's to get an excellent run onto the start-finish straight in third gear. As you see, foot flat, across we go for a qualifying style run down the center straight, start finish, and off we go. The time starts. Very tricky track here, very tricky, easily the most difficult. Fling the car in at the two board there, little dab of brakes to help turn the car in, but flat back on the power and looking to brake just before the 2 sign here, all the way down into second. Use it to get the car turned in. You want to get on the power early, control the back end though, watch for it stepping out, that will lose you time. Around the one board, start to turn in fifth gear, flick it down into fourth, through Palmer we go, and powering out down this fairly short straight and looking for another third gear corner, braking just before the 2 through Angostini, and you've got to really keep the car in third gear, but it's tricky. You've got to keep as much speed as you can. Flick the car through in fifth gear here, through Hamilton, barely touching the brakes at all. Third gear through Oggies here. You've really got to keep the car nice and tight, make the track as short as possible. And here through Williams, you see I don't get the car quite tucked in as nicely as I would have liked. Does compromise you for this very long straight. You want to carry as much onto the Bentley straight as you possibly can, really utilize the top speed wherever possible. And we're coming up to the most difficult parts of the track here. Braking just before the one, get the car to turn in, ride the curbs heavily there, and through Nelson get as straight a line as you possibly can. Very easy to get the car turned around, flat through bomb hole here, and flat all the way around as well. Very difficult to get the car lined up for all of these corners as we come through Coram. Look at those bollards, that's where we brake. Gentle braking, gentle, and through Murray's. Get the car in third gear, as tight a line as you possibly can. Don't clip the inside curb, it will throw you off, but we will come across the line for a 1 minute 52.522. Good evening everybody, and welcome to Snetterton and the fourth round of the beat.
Alright Nick, thanks very much for that. Excellent coverage as usual. Yeah, a tricky track at best. But there was some clean racing on Monday night. We'll see how everyone deals with it this evening. Okay, everyone's pretty much coming over the line for their first fast lap timing system. We should start seeing the times up on the screen shortly. I think it could be Patrick Lingley who's heading the pack as they come through Nelson. Down through the bomb hole, and then into the last two corners before the start finish straight. This is a very tricky braking point while you're still flat out turning sharp right, then a very sharp left through Murray's onto the start finish line, and here we go. We're going to start seeing our first quick times coming up on the screen. Alright, there we go. 157. Kotze, Dievel Kotze, no, Peter Krobler at the moment, a 155.5 as the times slowly start rolling in. So just for reference, let's go and look quickly at the HLQ times. As you can see, HLQ, Diane de Villiers, he was quickest with a 155.0, so 155 flat should be a benchmark here. Currently a 155.3. So James Crook currently on the pace at the moment, still 3/10 behind HLQ times, but still a quick time. 155.3 as we see T. Beckman come in with a 155.3, almost identical times, so it's very close right now. Just under 10 minutes to go. And let's go and say hi to everybody on the YouTube channel. Great for you guys to all join us. I see Hacksaw Computer Services is there. Dirk Brunt is there. How's it, Dirk? Melvin, how you, buddy? Jean-Andre Liebenberg, the artist formerly known as Skywalker. Hello, Rian. Gerrit J. van Vieren. Adrian Nell, who's shouting for Rob. Anthony Wilson, how's it, buddy? James Leach is there. Wimpy de Beer is there, also shouting for OC Breweries. James Leach Senior driving tonight, as well as Ivan Karamaker, a few others. So, yep, it should be a good evening. Dangerous Banana, what's up? And hello to Ryan Hill. Dirk Brown shouting for Peter Gelderhuis. Peter Gelderhuis currently at the top now. He goes 154.7. So two drivers now under the HLQ times. Gelderhuis and Peter Krobler doing 54s. Juraj Benko, he's one of our new international drivers. He pops up into third place, a 155.3. So, Peter Gelderhuis, the head of the sim racing crew, currently on the screen. And He's up by over half a second here, so he's going to go even quicker. This is going to be a low 154.2, maybe even quicker. Sure, a 154.0, almost into the 53s. So, yeah, quick times. One of the comments was also about guys going quicker in race quali than in HLQ. Yes, that will happen because HLQ is purely designed to divide the 60 or 70 people up into the 3 divisions. So you'll more or less find the Division 1 drivers stay very similar every week, and you know, the rest of the guys, Peter obviously knew he would be in Division 2, so it didn't make any sense to go quicker than what they were doing, which was a 52, I think, or something to that effect. So yeah, HLQs are purely a dividing mechanism to get everyone into the heats. Let's try and find somebody on a quick lap. Mr. Krobler just does a quick lap, a 154.9. James Leach Sr. for AC Breweries. He's just started a quick lap and runs extremely wide and keeps on running and heads towards the tree. And I don't know where he went. Here he is. And there he's back in the pits. James Crook. James Crook is up by 2 tenths as he goes through the hairpin. Currently in 5th place. So we'll come back and see how he does. Let's go further back down the field. Rob Walker, he's coming, he's in the pits. Odin Racing, Patrick Lingley, Darnie Stunder down in 16th. Rob van der Heefer, GB Truck Bodies and Trailers. And he's heading out the pits now. Sabran Stoll, he's in 18th in the very brightly liveried Honda. And he's almost a second up. So Sabran is going to jump from 19th to 18th. 17th place, somewhere around there. Let's see where he goes. No, that was only enough to keep him actually 19th, a 158.1. Johnny Lee Marcham, our lady driver, currently in 20th, a 159.5, and she's a bit down on her delta. Javi Gous, here's a familiar name from the real racing circuits. I think Javi raced Formula V, if I'm not mistaken. And Wesley Harbeck down in 23rd at the moment. He is on a well, his delta is positive by quite a lot, so this should help Wesley. He's very far off the pace. I think this is his first quick fast lap. Currently almost 8 seconds up on his delta, so this should put him well up into the ones. 150 somewheres. 157 somewhere. I think yes, here we go. Wesley, 8 seconds. He's going to go up into about 15th, 16th somewhere. Yeah, okay, 17th, the 157.7. So there we go. Right, 4 minutes to go. Peter Krobler up at the top with Peter Geldenhuys. They're half a second apart. Krobler getting quicker. He is at the moment 1.5 tenths up as we see here, so let's watch Peter Krobler go around. Justin Branders on the YouTube. Marius van Wyk. Right, here comes Peter Krobler. Through Murray's last corner. He's carrying a bit of time. Does he get out here quick? He doesn't. He loses time through there. So Peter's not going to improve on that time. Let's go and see who else might be in a quick lap. Oh, I missed that. Dievel Kotze, he's just gone over the line for SRA, and he goes 154.5. Dievel Kotze and Peter Krobler pretty much next to each other as far as pace goes. Let's go and look for somebody else. James Crook starts a quick lap. Travis Beckman, he's chilling in the pits. Benjamin Wheeler in the pits. Tommy Leary Moss, he's down in 9th place. This is Joni Lee Marcham's younger brother. We'll watch Tommy Lee go round. Tommy Leary, I beg your pardon. Also racing from the SRA crew. Very similar livery to his sister's car as well, so very easy to spot. And Tommy's up 1.5 tenths here, so sitting at a 155.4, looking to go up into 7th or 8th with just on 2 minutes left. Right, Tommy's picking up the pace now. Currently 3 tenths up as he goes through sector 2. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him, which hopefully shouldn't slow him down. Up 3.5 tenths, so this should help improve Tommy a lot as he comes through into Nelson. Rundle and Nelson, that braking complex while turning left right, that catches everyone out. Down through the bomb hole, little bit of lift and then flat on it, and he is 4 tenths up, so Tommy's going. Here he comes through Coram, long right-hander, got to start braking at the 3rd set of pylons. Hold it tight through Murray's onto the start-finish line. He throws half of that away, 2 tenths. It's currently 2.5 tenths up, so he's going to go probably 7th or 8th. Oh wow, sorry, he goes up to 4th, a 155.1. So there we go. Goes to show how close they are up here. Benko down to 5th. James Leach Senior 155.3. You can see the times here from Tommy Leary Moss. 155.1, 155.3, 55.3, 55.3, 55.3, all the way down to 9th. So very close. Diane de Villiers, he's half a second down, so can't see an improvement here. Cobus Russ, he's in the pits. Henrik Hansen, he's just missed it there. Benko goes quicker, 155.1 with almost no time left. Let's go and see if anyone's on a quick lap. Peter Gelderhuis isn't going to get a lap in here. He's flashing away, so that's his time for the evening. I think he'll be on pole. Tommy Leary 3 tenths down. James Leach Senior 6 tenths down. Benjamin Wheeler 6 tenths. Ivan Karamaker, I think he missed that. Jenny Lee, she ends up in 22nd. She's in the pits. And Harvey Goes, he's also given it a miss. There we go. Right, so we are going to take a quick ad break and we'll be back to see them get off the line. So stand by, people. Right, we're back. Benjamin Wheeler, he is he's just driven off the track, so he should finish now and it should tick over. We're just waiting for Benjamin, so there we go. Dirk saying it's a good chance that we'll have a a PG winning here tonight. Very clever. Right, 1 minute 20 to go. Here we go with the grid. Peter Geldenhuys from the Sim Racing crew, number 88, on pole. Next to him, Peter Grobler in the Audi, Jactil Racing. Dioval Kotze, Sim Race Africa, and next to him, Jiraj Benko from Europe. And the boys are hooting. I think you heard that there. Tommy Leary Moss, third row. Next to him, James Leach Sr. from OC Breweries. Excellent. Travis Breckman, James Crook, further back. 30 seconds to go. Johan Niemand, 10th place, all the way at the back there. Johan, give us a flash. I don't think he's watching or listening. Benjamin Wheeler next to him, and all the way back. So full grid, as you can see, but let's go back up to the front here. We got 12 seconds to go. Right, red lights are coming on. Six lights are off. Are we ready? Here we go. Ryan Hill on the YouTube. Me too. Love that horn. Okay, we're away. Side by side. Everyone's going. Into turn one. Oh, and they're still side by side. Peter's very wide outside on the outside. Geldenhuys that is, but goes into pole. And here come the dives up the inside into Wilson. Everyone's neat. Oh, a little bit of a change, but nothing too hectic. Moss and Kotze, Leach. Oh, the youngster Moss has had a big drama. He's dropping all the way back. He's down in 19th place. So the top four have got through and going. And then a little bit of a gap back after Dioval Kotze to James Leach Sr. Tommy Leary Moss had a problem at the hairpin. He's gone all the way back down to 22nd, just behind his sister. So we're going to see a drive back from him, I'm sure. Yep. Peter Grobler pushing hard and chasing Peter Geldenhuys. Sas van der Westhuizen, how's it? Jiraj Benko not letting them get away, and neither is Dioval Kotze. So the first four, they're hauling. James Leach in 5th place with James Crook right behind him in the Audi. Behind him, Travis Beckman in his Honda, closely followed by Diane de Villiers in his Honda. So the Honda's having a dice, and then the rest of the field comes piling through. Oh, inside. Crook looking up the inside of James Leach Sr. decides better against it. Hard on the brakes as they come through. Two wheeling there by James Leach Sr. Onto the start finish straight, and there we go. First lap done and dusted. Tommy Leary Moss recovering. But here we see James Leach Sr. going defensive as James Crook goes around the outside, right around the outside, and takes the position. That is a great pass there. James Leach Sr. falling into the grips of Beckman and de Villiers, who they swap positions through the hairpin. So it's all happening back here. Just going to go forward. Jiraj Benko is 6/10 off the back of Peter Grobler, with Peter Geldenhuys getting a bit of a gap, 1.3 seconds up the road. So first, second, third, fourth, pretty evenly spread out at the moment. Well, there's a whole lot of happening going on. 14th, Johan Niemand. As they come into the hairpin on the in sector 2 to Agostini. And we've got Patrick Langley all over the back of the Martini Alpha of Johan. Further back, Kobus Russ. Oh, they're side by side here. Kobus Russ and Harbeek. Honda versus Ford, with behind them. Ooh, that Audi going far out there. That is Dani Stander. Yes, it is. And behind Dani Stander, Sabran Stoll. in the green and pink Honda. And behind Sabran, there's Janie Lee Marcham with brother Tommy on his way. Alright, back up to the front, here we go. Peter Krobler taking a lot of pressure, soaking up the pressure here from Juraj Benko. Look further back, just back there. It's Diane de Villiers who's getting pressurized here by Travis Beckman. So the two Hondas having a huge dice just behind James Leach Sr. in his Alpha. Oh, they take a wide line going through turn one, but they come out on the other side, okay. Defensive lines into the hairpin, and Diane's diving up the inside, goes far too deep. James Leach lets him go out. Oh, it's a bit of tap coming back on the other way, but all's well and ends well. James Leach Sr. back in front, Diane breathing a little bit and back on track. Diane de Villiers looking for another dive, possibly into the hairpin, into Agostini. Outbrakes himself and turns the car around. People have to take avoiding action, and that allows Beckman to go past. So de Villiers goes backwards, and Hansen in the Alpha now looking at getting past. Let's go and watch that on the replay. Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of contact, but he was way far up the inside of James Leach Sr. and turns the car around. But there we go, all good. Right, we've had a change up at the front here. Mr. James Crook up into third place. Dieval Kotze, alright, we've had a huge moment here. So Peter Krobler's down into fifth place. Sorry guys, we've missed this. So Peter Gelderhuys is out on his own. Peter Krobler had a moment somewhere, and that allowed, got Juraj Benko also involved. So Dieval Kotze and Crook have gone past. We missed that. Although the Hondas were having a good old dice anyway. So Juraj Benko closing in now on the back of James Crook. And behind him is Peter Krobler, obviously on a bit of a drive back. These four were out on their own just now, so there must have been a big moment somewhere. Going back to Mr. Leach Sr. He seems to be in the clear. Travis Beckman's ahead of Diane de Villiers. I'm sure he's going to be trying some more. Jay's not going to sit there and let that just stay as it is. Lingley further back. Lingley having a full-on dice with Mr. Russ. Cobus Russ goes past him into 14th place. Wow. The youngster Tommy Leary Moss already up into 11th place from 22nd after his first second corner problems. So he's driving back like he means it. Ivan Karamaker currently in 10th place for OC Breweries. But here comes Tommy Leary Moss. And he will be on Ivan Karamaker very soon. Okay, let's go back to the front here, and we're looking at Benko. Juraj Benko is closing in on the back of James Crook. This is for third place. Dieval Kotze's 2.2 seconds up the road from these guys who are racing for position, but I'm sure some positions will still be changing here for sure. Dangerous Banana saying there's far too many corners on this track. Yeah, buddy, this is a very, very technical track. I have to agree with you. Cuts in on itself, lots of windies, and very busy, very, very busy track. Oh, it's all happening at the hairpin. The Hondas again, and James Leach Sr., who's hanging on. There's a oops, a little bit of RGs happening there. Oh, and James Leach Senior has had a little tap and he's gone off. I think that was the Honda of Travis Beckman. There in the background I see James Leach Senior back on, so he's dropped down 2 or 3 places, and the Hondas are still at it. Henrik Hansen, also a international driver, he is up into 8th place as Dine de Villiers goes very wide in his Honda. Oh, Travis lifts or has a gear or misses a gear change. I'm not too sure what happened there, but he let Dine de Villiers go right past there. Harbeck. Wesley Harbeck is next to Dine Stander as they were coming out of Sector 2 through Williams and onto the long straight now. Right behind him it's Rob Walker for Team Odin Racing with Sabran Stoll and Johnny Lee Marcham in 20th. Rian van der Westhuizen having a lonely drive down here in 21st. Rob van der Heefer, GB Truck Bodies and Trailers, he is 22nd, and Harvey Goos having an even lonelier race down in 23rd. Alright, halfway through on the button, just under 10 minutes left to go. Peter Geldenhuis in the lead. Second, Dieval Kotze, 3.5 seconds back. Team SRA. James Crook hanging on to 3rd place in his HP Audi, but look here comes Jiraj Benko. He's diving up the inside. Oh, hard on the hairpin for Agostini, hard on the brakes. Does he make it? He does make it. That was a great stop and he got through there. I think James Crook also took some avoiding action because he thought there might have been a bit of contact. So Benko pops up into 3rd place. Big race here between these Audis, 3 of them. Peter Krobler in 5th place and trying to catch up to these guys. Then a huge gap back to Dine de Villiers in the Honda, who seems to have, he went past Travis, who slowed up. So the Hondas are 8 seconds back, 6th and 7th. Henrik Hansen from Europe somewhere in the Alpha in 8th place. Ivan Karamaker for OC Breweries right behind him in his Alpha. 9th place, Tommy Leary Moss already managed to get into 10th place and is on the march. So driver of the day definitely today. James Leach Senior settled down in 11th place. Benjamin Wheeler's dropped back to 12th in his Ford. Johan Niemand in the Martini Alpha, and Kobus Russ, they're having a huge dice. This is for 13th and 14th place. Kobus Russ representing Jutech. Patrick Lingley in 15th place, Better Growth Audi. Wesley Harbeck in 16th in the one of the only Fords on the track with Dani Stander. Oh, Dani Stander outbraked himself into Murray's and onto the start-finish straight. And then Rob Walker in 18th place for Team Odin Racing. So saying Henrik currently residing in Sweden, but is Danish by birth. Excellent. The Audis are getting tail happy here. Benko locking up, and James Crook is driving hard with his HP Audi. Peter Krobler closing in on Mr. Crook, and this is 4th and 5th place respectively. Tommy Leary Moss, here he comes. There he goes, he's already past Ivan Karamaker and up into 9th place. So next on his screen, target, scope, whatever you want, is Henrik Hansen just up the road in his Alpha, and that'll put Tommy Leary up into 8th place with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Very, very quick driving. Peter Krobler is there now. Oh, through the final corner. 3/10 separate Peter Krobler and James Crook. Hey, Sean Bingham on the YouTubes. He's shouting for the Toyotas. Buddy, I'm terribly sorry to say I don't see one Toyota here tonight. Krobler takes a tighter line, closes in. That delta down to 2/10. Considers it into the hairpin, but then changes his mind. Holds a tight apex, gets a good drive out of there. And they head back now into the inside part of the track, the inner component, coming out the end of Sector 1, starting Sector 2, and down towards the next hairpin, Agostini's, which is a good overtaking point. They both lock up a little bit, but get through there nice and cleanly. This gap is half a second or lower. Beckman and De Villiers also having a good dice just behind them. Otherwise the gaps are all pretty much static, as we can see on the timing screen. I'm going to stay here. We're going to watch. This is Peter Krobler's view up the straight. He pulls out to the right hand side. James Crook holding defensive for the next corner. But if Krobler goes around the outside, he'll have the inside. Oh, locks up, hard brakes. Wow, they go through there side by side and head towards the bomb hole. James Crook did well there. They left each other plenty enough room. That's some excellent driving. I beg your pardon, Ryan Hill. Walker is in a Toyota. Peter Krobler looking down the inside for turn 1 now. James Crook's left himself a huge problem here. They go around together. Now it's the hairpin, and Krobler looks like... Is he still there or isn't he? Oh, James Crook got a good drive out of turn 1 and manages to hold on to it. These guys are having a huge race here. Very good stuff to watch and very nice clean driving. Kotze second in a Toyota. Oh my word. Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. Go Toyota. Okay, we're going to go back to Krobler and Crook. I'm watching the deltas. Moss. Tommy Leary Moss. Oh, what is going on? He's going around the outside of Henrik Hansen, or trying to. Henrik Hansen going defensively in the Audi. Tommy lifts as they go through this quick kink. Then it's hard on the brakes for a sharp right-hander. They come through Oggies, I believe it's called. Oh yeah, there it is. And then head round this third gear Williams and onto the long straight. Tommy Leary Moss looking forward at Henrik Hansen. Henrik running dead middle of the track, hard on the brakes now as they come into Nelson. Henrik hits the curbs. Tommy gets a cleaner drive, and they now head down towards bomb hole. Little dent here, then through here, and Tommy's quick. 2.5 minutes left. Long right-hander, then you got to break. Henrik's in a big lot of problems here. Tommy gets a good drive onto start-finish straight. Henrik runs defensive up the straight again, keeping the line tight, which is going to compromise his line through turn 1. Does move out here towards the end of the straight. Brakes a bit earlier. Tommy leaves his braking later. Is on the gas hard and heading towards... There's the man in the distance, the tree. Hard on the brakes for the hairpin, and Tommy lets it ride. Goes around the outside. Henrik bounces off the inside of the curb, and they stay in position. Russ and Neiman swap positions, 13th and 14th further back. Some excellent... Oh, Tommy's run wide there. That's not going to help him at all. And Ivan Karamaker coming up from OC Breweries looking at the back. Ivan Karamaker currently in 10th place. So he's going to be looking at holding on to this position because that'll put him in pole for race 2. Oh, he runs deep. There's James Leach Sr. just behind him with Benjamin Wheeler. Trying to see if there's any super close deltas. There is Johan Niemand in his Alpha. He's looking at the back of the Ford, trying to get a drive, and further up the road, Moss is also. Tommy Leary Moss, look at this. Throws it up the outside. Now for the inside, going through Nelson. Outbrakes himself. Henrik Hansen hard on the brakes, but Tommy hangs on to it and takes the position. Sure, there we go. It's a whole train of cars here now. Brett Crocombe, some proper clean driving tonight. Definitely, guys are doing very well here. There's a whole lot of stuff going on further back here. They're next to each other. Oh, they're 3 abreast. Oh, there's contact. Bish bash. That was James Leach Sr. who drifted across a little bit and made contact with, I think it was Wheeler. You can look at that on the replay. Oh yeah, that was a sandwich. Bad luck there. Ivan Karamaker seemed to come out of that the most unscathed, and he was right in the middle of all of it. Leaders on his final lap, so Peter Krobler up the road for the sim racing crew, the boss man himself. Through Brundle, sharp right into Nelson and down to the bomb hole. And Peter Krobler is going to take this by over 6 seconds from Dieval Kutze in second place. Juraj Benko, good clean tough drive back from him to third place. And Peter Krobler's maybe had a moment somewhere. These guys have fallen back quite a ways. Diane de Villiers having his dice with Travis Beckman, and they come over the line. 6th and 7th, we've had Niemand and Ivan Karamaker change positions further back. Travis Beckman in his Honda over in 7th. Tommy Leary Moss up into 8th from 21st. Great drive. Henrik Hansen 9th. And behind him it's Johan Niemand with Ivan Karamaker next to him and Kobus Russ. So Johan Niemand gets 10th in the Alpha. So he is our pole position man for race number 2. Kobus Russ comes through in 12th. James Leach Sr. had a very eventful race there. Patrick Lingley. Oh, he scrapes over in 14th, just ahead of Danny Stander, just ahead of Benjamin Wheeler. And then it was Wesley Harbeek in his Ford. Rob Walker in his Toyota for Odin Racing. Sabran Stoll in the Honda. Rian van der Westhuizen in his Audi 20th, Joni Lee Marcham 21st, and Rob van der Heefer. Oh, I beg your pardon. He comes over in his Toyota, GB Truck Racing, bodies and trailers, and Javi Koos coming through bomb holes. So Javi's still coming to grips with the whole sim racing thing. So that is it. 23. So we are missing Rainer Ulifi, Nizar Rahman, Travis Faree. We're missing a couple of drivers. Okay, all done and dusted. We'll take a fast ad break and then we'll be back for race number 2. Cool bananas, we're back. Look at that, it's Alphas 1 and 2. Johan Niemand and Henrik Hansen on the front row of the grid. Second row, we have Tommy Leary Moss. Hopefully he'll get a clean run here, having finished 8th, so he obviously reverses up to that position. Next to him, Travis Beckman in his yellow Honda. Third row, Diane de Villiers with James Crook next to him in the Audi. Fourth row, Jiraj Benko with Peter Gelderneys. And the Audis go off. And there at the back we can see Peter Gelderneys. But let's go to the front. We're going to watch from Tommy Leary Moss's point of view. 5 lights, 6 lights. Red lights are off. Green light, go. Oh, the Alphas have got bogged down. Tommy Leary Moss piling it up the outside. Goes round the outside. The Honda has a bit of a contact with Johan Niemann's Alpha. Tommy Leary Moss goes from 4th into 1st place. Wow. Hard on the brakes into the hairpin. Henrik Hansen up the inside. Another little bit of contact, but Tommy hangs on to it. Okay, 2nd out of the hairpin. That'll do. Everyone else gets through good. And on we go for the rest of the lap. Great start. Don't see too much position changes. No one getting turned around anywhere. So here we go for race 2. Tommy throws it up the outside of Henrik Hansen. Henry closes the door. Beckman in his Honda looking to get in on this as well. Looking further back, a little bit of bumping going on, but Robin's racing. Oh, that Audi's a little wide there. That was James Crook, so he's suffering dramas. Benko's also changed positions with Peter Gelderneys. Okay. Yo, they're next to each other further back. 3 abreast here. This is Benko, de Villiers and James Crook. 3 next to each other. The Honda is in the middle of an Audi sandwich. Aye, hard onto the brakes as they come through here. Diane de Villiers holding on. They go, they all get round there pretty much safe and sound. That's some awesome driving. Grobler, position change. Grobler goes past Johan Niemand up into 4th place. So Johan going from pole position, he's dropping back, he's in 5th already. Peter Grobler just behind him, beg your pardon, Peter Gelderneys. And Tommy Leary Moss looking at the back of Henrik. Henrik going up the inside, defensive line, 1 lap done. This is going to be a hair-raising race 2. Oh, Tommy went hard, wide, managed to hold on. Now goes out again. The Honda also looking for getting in on this. Tommy brakes late, going around the outside. The Honda cuts in on the inside, but they come out the other side all in a straight file, single file. Now Tommy's up the inside. No, Henry closes the door. Wow, this is good driving. Now Tommy's up the inside for the hairpin. Doesn't move over, which is great. Stays on his line. Outbrakes himself a bit, but manages to brake. Henrik Hansen, you can see in the mirrors, he's got the Honda all over him now. Tommy's made that position stick and he's driving away. Let's go back to Henrik. Travis Beckman. Beckman's Honda looking ahead at Hansen, and he's got Peter Grobler all over the back of him. Excellent racing. 1.5, 2 laps in, and there's a lot of position changes. Good clean passes happening. A lot of respect by all the drivers on the track. I agree with you, Dirk. Div 2 guys have huge fun here. It's just it's an absolute blast, and it's good fun to watch as well. Oh, there we go. We've had a position change. Travis Beckman's dropped back 1. Peter Gelderneys has made that pass stick. So he goes through for Sim Racing Crew. Oh, hard on the brakes into the final turn. Henrik Hansen hits the curb, and Peter Grobler's got a drive on him. Peter Krobler's gone right past Henrik Hansen. I didn't even get that. Keldernace also going up the inside. So Hansen drops 2 places. And we've got Wesley Harbeek in the pits. So not too sure if he meant to do that or if that's a drive-through. I've also got Danny Stunder in the pits. Okay, something's going on with these 2 guys, but hopefully they come out. Some great driving skills here. Let's go back to Travis Beckman. Henrik Hansen and Travis Beckman. Oh, with Johan Niemand. Oh, hard on the brakes. Brake. Henrik Hansen up the inside. He takes a position from Johan Niemand. Johan in the Martini Alpha. And behind him we've got Dievel Kotze also wanting to come and get through. Henrik is hitting these curves with the Alpha. I'm sure that slows him down a little bit. 4 cars back here. James Crook looking at the back of Diane de Villiers as they all single file down the long Bentley straight. Some different lines coming into this sharp right-hander as they come through Nelson. Oh, there's a turnaround there. Oh, there's a whole bunch of contact going on. James Crook managed to get going and get away with it. I think he did a full 360 and carried on going. Or was it Diane de Villiers? One of them. Anyway, here we go. Onto the start-finish line. Peter Keldernace goes past Peter Krobler and attacking Tommy Leary. So Tommy's going to have to deal with a pile of pressure now. We're going to watch from Peter Keldernace's point of view. Peter Krobler's point of view. Oop. Hard braking into the hairpin. Everyone gets through there good. Here we go. The race is on here. This is for the win. Kotze and Niemand changing position. 7th, 8th. Niemand's going far back. He's had a drama at the hairpin. So Johan Niemand drops back to 10th from 6th, I think. Mr. Keldernace. Looking. Tommy's going to be watching in his mirrors. And if you make a mistake, the guy behind you is going to just nip it as well. Krobler also looking for any problem that Peter Keldernace has. And he's going to jump all over it. Dirk Brandt, here come the Pitters. Indeed. PG. Now the helicopter view is not so good in AC. Tell you what, Beckman in the Honda is not far off them and hanging on. Kotze and Hansen swap positions. Oh, Kotze's had a big drama. What's going on? Dievel Kotze. There he gets going. I think he also flew off. So did the Audi of James Crook. Lead Senior goes past. Lead Senior up into 9th. Niemand up into 8th. Crook goes backwards. But back to the front, and this is the race. Peter Keldernace trying to work out how to deal with the youngster up ahead of him. Tommy Leary Moss trying to work out how to deal with the pressure coming from behind. Great race to watch so far. Beckman hanging on with the Honda. He's not there, but should any of these guys have a moment, he will. Beckman will pick up the pieces and definitely take a position away. Oh, Robbie went a little bit deep there. He's run off, and the Honda is catching. The Honda is now close on the back of Peter Krobler. Tommy Leary Moss trying to take the best racing lines, quali lines that he can. Peter Krobler's Peter Geldernaes is all over the back of him. And they go down the long straight. That's Peter Krobler flashing lights back in third place, saying, come on, come on. Oh, they close up under braking. It's now a 4-car race, this. Krobler's definitely closed up on the back of Geldernaes. Oh, Krobler up the inside. Sure, that could have been some contact. Krobler's trying to disturb Peter Geldernaes' concentration completely. And while that's all going on, Beckman is just doing his own thing in 4th place. Further back is also trainer cars. Hansen, Wheeler, Kotze, Niemand. Leach Senior in 9th and James Crook in 10th. He swaps positions with Diane de Villiers for 10th. So just under 10 minutes to go. This isn't over. This is exciting stuff. And I'm going to stick with this dice because this is where it's happening. Jean-Andre Liebenberg, isn't that illegal? What? What did you see? I think Wesley Harbeck's retired in the pits there, unfortunately. Oh, Krobler. Oh, Krobler's in drama. Here we go. Here comes the Honda. Beckman. Not yet, but he almost managed to nip up the inside. So while Krobler's busy attacking, he's also running deep, and that's allowing Beckman to come up and catch him. Leach Senior changes positions with Niemand, de Villiers and Crook. This is just as close as the race for first place. 4 cars here. Diane de Villiers, Deval Kotze, looking at the back of Benjamin Wheeler. Yoo! And they're next to each other as they come down the Bentley straight. Oh, flashing of lights. Yeah, it's kind of frowned upon. I mean, they're there. The real drivers do it. You know, most of the guys in the pro leagues say that they use the flashing of lights when they're overtaking slow markers. But I mean, it is a bone of contention. It's certainly not illegal. It's just frowned upon because it's in quotes not the right thing to do. But yeah. Right. Peter Geldernaes with 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes to go. Tommy Leary's hanging on here and hanging on well. Defensive driving skills are superb. Sure, de Villiers again. Diane de Villiers, look at this. There's 6 cars here. Oh dear. Diane de Villiers and is that James Crook having a... Oh, there's a lot of bumping and arging going on back here. Diane ended up worse there. I don't know who that was. Let's go and look at the replay quickly. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them, yeah. Diane hits the Audi. Then it's Benko coming up the inside in his Audi. More contact. He goes past. Oh, it's Benko. He taps the Audi, taps the Honda. Okay, this race will have to continue. We're going to go back. Just looking at the deltas. They're pretty... Oh, Geldernaes is right here. Geldernaes almost outbrakes himself. Wow, he did well to hang on to that. I saw the delta at almost 0.00, so I thought he was going past. And he was pretty much next to Tommy. So, Mr. Geldernaes trying to work out where and how to make this pass happen. Oh, Tommy's run deep there. I think this is it. Peter Geldernaes has got a great drive. Tommy up the inside. Oh, and Krobler, you can see him on the right hand side. They're 3 abreast. Oh, here comes Tears. Oh, here comes Tears. What's happening? My word, they're going around turn 1, 3 abreast. Well, not really, but... And the Honda's coming in. Oh, hard braking, hard braking. Peter Gelderneys hangs on to it and he goes backwards. Tommy under huge pressure. Peter Grobler's made the move, but Tommy's on the inside through the next corner. Peter Grobler goes around the outside to stay with him. This is awesome racing. Touring cars at its best. Oh, everyone almost outbreaks themselves. Now they're two abreast in 2 rows. I can't keep up. I'm doing my best. Again, 2 abreast as they go through the kink of Hamilton. Now we've got Grobler on the inside. And Gelderneys now goes up the inside of Tommy. Tommy goes from first to third in 2 corners. Wow, that is some good racing. Let's see what happens as they go down the straight. Sure. Sorry to the rest of the guys, but this is a huge dice, and we need to watch this. Perfect lines through there. Grobler needs to now try and keep his nose clean and not make one mistake, because Peter Gelderneys will also jump all over that. And them two are driving a gap out here from the youngster, who now needs to deal with the pressure coming from the Honda. Tommy gets that corner perfect and gets a great drive onto the start-finish straight. Okay, up the straight they come. Let's go a little bit further back. Henrik Hansen, bouncing over the curb. Jiraj Benke in his Audi looking to get past. And does get past. Jiraj goes up into 7th place. Henrik Hansen's now got James Crook next to him. Henrik's going backwards here. Can't hit those curbs too much. You're going to hurt that Alpha. Plus, it's going to have a whole pile of oil leaks. Melbourne Coast, parental guidance in play here. Oops. Oops. Oh dear. We're going to have to F12 and hopefully we'll pick up that replay. Oh, and there's more contact. Benko's just having a huge drama. Let's go and see what happened here. Coming down into the hairpin. Benko brakes. Oh, there's a contact and then another turnaround and a respin and a go, and it's all just going on. Peter Grobler managing to get a half a second gap on Peter Gelderneys. But Peter Gelderneys wants this win. He wants the W and he's driving hard. Grobler runs deep there. Look at that. Peter Gelderneys had to put on brakes not to run into the back of him. He should have run upside of him. Late afternoon sun in the sky as they come through Coram and into the last corner of the main straight, onto the main straight. The Senna straight. Otopi's had nowhere to pedal, definitely. Guys are driving really well. Little bit of issues going on further back, but it'll happen. James Crook in the thick of it. Oh my word, we just saw Mr. Leach Sr. hit the back of Diane de Villiers there and lift him up in the air. Wow. Jiraj Benko looking at the back of Mr. Lingley as they all carry on. Just under 2 minutes to go of this race. Back up to the front. It's now turned into two races. The two PGs, first and second. Then we've got Moss in third, hanging on to his third, keeping Travis Beckman at bay. Peter Gelderneys once past here. Gets a huge drive out of the last corner onto Bentley Straight, at least out of sector 2. And we'll see what happens as they go under the bridge into the braking zone. And he gets a great drive. He actually had to brake there early. Oh, Oh dear, Mr. Krobler has outbraked himself completely. Yeah, we'll have to go and see that happen on the replay. Peter Krobler coming under the bridge, left his braking too late. Oh yes, that's pressure. Mr. Krobler under pressure, and Mr. Gelderhuys goes into the lead with 30 seconds to go. Further back though, there's some position changes going on. Patrick Langley, etc. Everyone going through Benko again. Girage having dramas. I can hear a car idling back here, so I think there's been a problem. Kavijos up into 18th. Ivan Karamaker 19th. Sabran 20th. Danny Stander 21st. Joni Lee 21st, and Wesley in the pits. Tommy Leary Moss holding on to his 3rd place ahead of Mr. Beckman. Dangerous Banana losing his you-know-what. Saab Nico shouting for Henrik Hansen. He's had a lot of fun going around the curves with this Alpha. Currently in 7th place, and I think that's where he'll finish. Peter Gelderhuys, he is on his final lap, so this is it. It's time up. Oh, I tell you what, the Honda's close. Travis Beckman is all over the back of that Audi of Tommy. And the VTEC kicks in as they go under the bridge. Runs out of space. Tommy running defensive, but a perfect line through there. He's not going to give away his 3rd place here. And we'll watch Gelderhuys as he comes round the 2nd last curve. Nice and clean. Krobler must be kicking himself in that car. He had it and he threw it away with 2 minutes to go. Gelderhuys for the win. Oh, that was a close dice actually. Very well done, Mr. Gelderhuys. And the hooter comes over. I think that's Tommy Leary Moss or Travis Beckman hooting. 3rd and 4th place. Yep, well done guys. Benjamin Wheeler. Yovel Kotza for the Toyota SRA. He comes over in 5th. Benjamin Wheeler in 6th. Henrik Hansen. Oh, look at this. Ooh, James Crook just pips Henrik Hansen on the line. So that was for 7th and 8th. Cobus Russ 9th. James Leach Sr. 10th. Johan Niemand. Diane de Villiers in the pits already. Patrick Langley, he's come up. That's the Audi's hooter. Well done, Girage. Good race. And there's Rob Walker in his Toyota for Odin Racing. Guys are going to just absolutely destroy their cars now. Rob coming over the line in his Toyota. He's going to go and do some donuts. It's just chaos down here. Sabran coming over in his Honda. All done and dusted. Well done, guys. Alright, let me go and see who I can get for an interview here. Stand by. Alright, let's get that closed. And here he is. It's Mr. PG, the old man himself.
Good evening, Alan.
How are you, sir?
Awesome.
Lucky, man. It was an awesome race to watch. I tell you what, Dirk Brunt on the YouTube channel, he was saying, well, tonight's for sure going to be a PG win. It's either Krobler or it's a Gelderhuys. And yeah, you had a huge amount of fun there. Tell us about your races, sir.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised to get a good quality lap in.
Yeah.
At HLQ, I was a bit off pace, and but lately I've been a bit off pace in all my sim racing.
Okay.
And so I hooked it up tonight, and yeah, the first race was just to control the pace in front, don't make mistakes, focus on consistency. But wow, that second race was something else.
Jeez, the four of you had a huge dice there. I tell you what, I pretty much covered you the whole stream because that's where the main race was going on. You know.
Okay, cool. I will check it out. Yeah, I was just to. Luckily, I was on the inside, the 10th place.
Yes.
The grid is in the inside, so I could keep a tight line through the first few corners. And yeah, when we got together, yes, like I must say, that was some insane racing there.
It was huge fun. I mean, Mr. Krobler was Peter Krobler was leading with 2 minutes to go and outbraked himself as you guys came under the bridge there, and you just you know, said on air, you're going to find one gap, and when you see it, you're going to take it, and you took it.
Yeah, I was thinking of letting him go, and then I thought, okay, wait, he's probably going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
I didn't jinx him, but he did, and yeah, I just took it. I had to. Yeah.
Yeah, too. And I'll tell you what, coming over the start-finish line, he wasn't far behind you. I don't know if you saw, but he was literally next to you, half a door back, huh?
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, I had to get on the clutch.
I think I heard you drop the clutch there a little bit.
Oh, it was awesome race. I'm quite chuffed with getting up to speed a bit.
Lekker, Peter.
We'll see if I can take it through to Division 1 for the next time now.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, listen, your times, I mean, you did a 1:54, I think it was. Yeah.
Around 1:54 says.
Yeah, you know, that would have been a comfortable Div 1 time as well. So it's all good. I'm glad to see you getting back up to speed and getting back into your racing, and it was awesome to watch. So thanks for an entertaining race, sir.
Great, thank you. Yeah, and all the guys out there, thank you for keeping it clean. It was quite something else.
Yeah.
Grobler and Tommy, yeah, great race, guys. And Travis also, you know, coming up behind us.
He was in the Honda.
Awesome.
Good, Peter. Take care and have a good evening, and I'll see you on the track soon somewhere, buddy.
Thank you, Alan.
Cool, man. Cheers. All right, guys, so there we go. That's the end of the racing for this evening, and it was a huge event to watch. Great fun. Yeah, there's a little bit of bumping and barging. It's not meant. It's touring cars, and you know you got to just take it in your stride and deal with it as best you can. Right. Looking at our race calendar. We are next week. Let me find out what we're covering for next week. There's the calendar. Stand by. So, simTC round 4. Next week we've got simGP round 4. So single seaters, and that's 12th and 14th. So yeah. Next week, I'll be back then on Monday to cover the GP series, probably with Sas van der Westhuizen, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm not too sure. But thanks to everybody on the YouTubes. I can't name all of you. There was a whole bunch of people this evening. So thanks for watching. Great having you on board, Dirk. Thank you. Sean Bingham, Shiraz, how's it? Hacksaw Computer Services, hey buddy, thanks. And Karan Kotso, who was also there. Marius Kuman, Jiraj, you're welcome, buddy. It was awesome to watch. And okay, so next week we'll see you all for GP. Have a good evening and take it easy. Cheers from me. Bye.